Hello and welcome back to All Will Fall, the post-apocalyptic city builder in a flooded world. I played this game quite a while ago, but then it was patched and my save game was half patched, half not, so I decided to give the game a break and wait a bit. I played other things and now I'm back because the game was patched again in December and then in January. Let's see how this game works in 2026. I have a vague remembrance of how it works, but let's see, so get started. If you need information how something works, you can always click event title top left corner. Okay, get started. So these are my survivors. Currently 4 of these workers and 4 of these engineers. They can collect resources and they start right away. So I believe that before the game was patched, you had to build gathering huts, but they don't exist anymore. So they just collect stuff by themselves, collecting stuff and then they're putting them into these storage boxes. So game wants me to build wooden staircase. I don't exactly know what. Water. Okay, so there's water. What else there? There's more water. And now everyone is working. Excellent. So let's speed up the game a bit, I guess. That works straightforward. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I remember that I want to collect more resources. Like so. There's more resources over here. And there's more resources here, and there's some resources here as well, but extend this apparently. That's what the game seems to want. Okay, nice. Now we can access this pile of wood. That's what the game wants. It wants me to collect food, not more wood. You can't have too many resources anyway, so let's have the priority up. So I clicked again and it was turned off. Okay, what priority up? So quest gets filled. Let's see what else I can do. Wooden path. Okay. So there's ladders here. There's paths, and there's still these support blocks. I'm not entirely certain if I can get past this wall here if I just do like this. Oh, that's new. These handrails. Can I... Okay, I can open this box now. Excellent. And I can build stairs up here. Perfect. Can't collect this stuff because it's in the water. And it has a drifting indicator now, telling me when it's going to leave. That's very helpful. Game wants me to collect junk. This is junk, so priority up. And there's more junk up here. I guess I can just put a ladder here. Okay, we are under attack, so that seems to be this event box that was finished. And that is seagulls are attacking my survivors. I can make traps for 10 junk for 25 food. I can make wooden sticks for 20 junk, catch them by hand, so it doesn't cost me resources, and I can try to escape. This is influence. This is a resource that you gather over time, depending on how well your colony runs. Okay, the game wants me to use explosives to get rid of these walls. I guess I can do that. I don't have fuel. Do I have fuel? No. Let's collect the fuel then, I guess. Priority up. I don't need these stairs anymore. Then I have 92 wood, so removing these gave me 6 wood. That doesn't make any sense. But my storage seems to be filled. Can I build more storage? Storage. I have too much wood anyway, so let's finish this one with the sharpened sticks. Get some wood and some food. Sorry, pay some wood, get some food. Okay. Explosives. Not entirely certain where I would place them, but I guess here makes most sense because this blows up most walls. And I don't need this anymore. Oh, welcome to the physic mode. So this game has a physic mode. If things are no longer stable because they're too heavy on one side, then they will fall, which is where the name of the game comes from. So what you want to avoid is having things like this is already being heavy, and if it would have removed this, then stuff falls down. So you need to be kind of careful how you remove stuff and also how you build stuff, because the same applies obviously to extending this too far. As you can see, the game doesn't like this, and it will fall in apparently 9 hours and 12 minutes. I don't really understand why this one tile wasn't removed. That's where the name of the game comes from. Okay, the game wants me to build small houses. So let me build. House can house 2. I have 8 survivors, so let me build 4 of these. And the game also wants me to build a small lab, so place this here. Okay, I can deconstruct my boat. Somehow delete. Like this. Okay, that's the same. And time control, yeah, already Already knew this. Okay, let's blow up this stuff. I'm not sure if this blows up the wooden stairs. It doesn't. Jeez, I hope I got these resources because I didn't really pay attention. This building I just built, this is the first building where people can work. And in this small lab, only engineers can work. I have 4 engineers. I can force them to work here. Great. I misplaced this because the door's down here and the other door's up there. However, I can move this building, I think at least. And now it can be used. Excellent. Okay, no one saw this. New day is about to start. What we are having here is the weather tab. You might notice from Timberborn. So apparently we are going to have low tide in 1 day, roughly. And then we're going to have high tide. And if I remember correctly, yeah, high tide has 100% wind, 0% sunlight, and 100% rain. That is something that I would like to catch, the rain. So I want to have rain catchers to get water. These are the rain catchers. Can I research them? I guess if I do the wood boilers first. Give me the wood boilers. Game wants me to get wood catchers, but I think there's enough wood for now. Let's get started on this. Have the other survivors collect stuff. There's enough resources lying around. I am bleeding food and water, so that's why I want to get the rain catchers. Survivors can still collect this, and then I don't have really resources that I can... Ah, no, there's more resources that I can collect over here. And if I place some more of these paths, they can also collect this stuff. Perfect, they can collect this junk. Okay, there's more than enough to do. While I wait for this wood boiler to be finished. Let's speed up and wait a bit. New support buildings unlocked, okay. Okay, there's some new structures. I assume that they seem to have a weight value. 48, but I'm not sure if this is how much I can place on top of them or if this is how much they weigh themselves. Or maybe the 200 is how much I can put on top of them. Okay, let's see. We got this. And we got more people. This is something that keeps happening. People will show up to join your city. So this is how you get more survivors. I have 3 options. I can take them and get some influence. I can take them and get some loyalty, which is another resource. It's not a correct term, I guess. Another modifier. And I can steal their resources. But I'm going to take this because loyalty is very helpful. And I'm also going to research the raincatcher. So I got 4 sailors now, and I need more houses. Let me quickly get 2 more houses for these people. 1 and 2. I believe I can place them that close to each other. Okay, we have all 3 social groups now that exist in this game. So it's sailors, workers, and engineers, and all of them have 1 loyalty here. This increases their happiness, and the higher the happiness, well, I don't really know if happiness does anything except for unlocking these perks that they get. So at 8 you get a perk, at 15 you get a perk, and at 22 you get a perk, and each social group has their own happiness indicator. You can give them different amounts of water and food and goods, which is also a trading resource. And you have housing quality. So the housing quality I have right now is 0. But I can increase this, which will increase the happiness and then unlock these perks. Keep going. I got a lot of people now. I got sailors, so I can use boats as soon as I research them. I don't have them yet. And what I can do, though, I can build this water boiler. And this water boiler has a negative modifier that's called... It's a polluter. So this thing pollutes the nearby area, which doesn't do much except if it's close to the houses. The houses don't like to be close to a polluter. So let's place this one over here, close to this water storage, and then we can start burning wood to get myself some water. 2 people need to work in here, so 2 workers in there. All the social groups can work in this building, but only engineers can work in this building. So that's a major difference here. And since this cost me wood to get water, I wanted to get the rain catcher to catch water as well. However, to effectively use them, I also need roofs. This is very rudimentary, so much more interesting if you have roofs unlocked. So let's try to research this, although I don't know if I can finish this before the day ends, because I think they stop working at... So I assume they would stop working at 9 in the evening, but they stop at 11. And then I have leisure time for 5 hours, and after that they sleep for 2. So this is interesting schedule. Yeah, but we can't finish the roofs now. Yeah, but we can finish the roof next thing tomorrow morning, and after that I can research the woodcatcher the game desperately wants me to. However, I just unlocked these fireplace that I can place down, where people can get leisure, and also benches where they can rest. Place some of these. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to keep these stairs. Don't need this anymore. Don't need this. Or this. Well, I should start working now. Yeah, perfect. And then I should finish the roofs ASAP. Let's do the next research. The game still wants me to get the woodcatcher, so I actually want to have boats. Give me the woodcatcher, whatever. I do have a lot of wood now, so I can build roofs. And the roofs, they have a very... yeah. I'm not sure if this was in there before, but now it actually says redirects water, and that's what I was looking for, because now you can use the roofs. I mean, you could before, but I'm not sure. Now I know you can use the roofs to redirect water and then catch it with the rain catcher thingies like this. And then it's actually quite efficient. I'm not entirely certain I should place this yet, but I guess... how much is this? 15. Also 15. Can I maybe redirect this stuff together? If I do it... can I place this here? No, this would fall. This one wouldn't, interestingly enough. Anyways, let's give me a water tank, and I can put this one here and this one here. I don't have enough junk for that. Okay. I need to collect more junk, and I actually can collect more junk once we have low tide, and then I can place this stuff and get some more water collected. The water is going to lower, water level is going to lower in a few minutes. Let's slow down the game. See what's actually going to happen. Woodcatcher was finished. Give me both. That's what I was looking for. Okay, there's a pile of junk here. I want this pile of junk to be collected ASAP. There's junk over here. I want this to be collected ASAP as well. This is food. That's helpful. This rubble, but this is the junk I was looking for. The water is going to rise again at 6 in the next 6 the next day. But I think we can collect a lot of stuff till then. Yeah, we're getting a lot of junk now. So let me quickly... no, I can't place this rain catcher here, but I can place this here and this here. Place the rain catchers on top. Not sure if this is going to fall or not. Let's make sure we have access to this stuff. Ladder at some footpath, and the same over here. Footpath and a ladder like this. This should work. Not sure what it still says. Construction has no storage tank. Why? Okay. Okay, now it has. Perfect. So, once we have rain, water should fall into... water is going to fall into these two tanks, and I can do the same with these houses, I guess. If I place this one here and place this one here, I can actually use this water storage. Place it here. Might even be smarter to do it like this. Place one like this, and then have roofs on top of this house so that it also catches water. I don't know how much water this is going to catch though, but we'll find out in a moment. Okay, I finished the simple boat, so I can now use these sailors to their maximum efficiency. The game wants me to build a dock and build this woodcatcher and build this boat. I also want to have this demolition hut, so that I can remove this wood, all these wall rubble. Let me place, for now though, let me place one of these docks and a simple boat, and as far as I remember, and then put some sailors in here. And as far as I remember, before the patch, there were different boats for junk and wood, and now the simple boat can collect both junk and wood. So you only need one boat for 2 reasons. And then there's a metal boat that can collect metal, and apparently it can also collect wood and all the other stuff. And this is locked. Now they're relaxing at the campfire. Low tide has a real resource, and now we're going to have high tide, and then we're going to see how much water is actually being stored in these water barrels, water storage over here. Boats navigation. Oh yeah, and the game wants me to build this woodcatcher. Maybe this here. As far as I understand and remember, this just collects wood from thin air. It doesn't need a resource to be under here. Different for the cranes that I have not locked yet. These cranes, they can only collect resources that are below them. I assume that they're much faster, but I don't really know. Okay, high tide's incoming, so the water level is going to rise again. It's going to go to the same level it was before. Okay, nice. This woodcatcher was finished, and I'm not entirely certain. This produces 6 wood in how much time, though? Tell me anywhere? Ah, here. Okay, so this wood boiler consumes 1 wood per hour, and the woodcatcher gives me 1.5 wood per hour. So this should be stable, and I should not be losing wood. Okay, the rain's almost over, and this thing collected 2 water. Well, that was utterly pointless. Wow, I feel betrayed. Okay, let's see. Buildings need clearance. Okay, that game wants me to build a fishing hut. That sounds reasonable. Food, fishing hut. Word spread. There's new survivors that want to join my colony. Let's see, I have 5 options here. I can apparently pay some influence to get their trading goods, and I would lose 2 engineer loyalty. I don't want this. I can send them away. I don't want this. I can have 3 of them join for 50 and get 15 influence, and I can gain loyalty. Some trading goods. I'm going to pick the loyalty. Their loyalty is a bit low, but I think that's because the housing level is lower now. Sorry, not their happiness. And they actually unlocked the first perk when they reached 9. They reached 9 because of the houses, I guess, and because of leisure. Engineers got production efficiency, apparently. Sailors move faster. I don't know why, they are mostly on their boats, but whatever. And workers can carry 2 more resources. That sounds very helpful. But for now, I need more houses. Houses. Where are the houses? There are the houses. Well, let's place. I don't have any wood left. That is new and exciting. Maybe I can get some wood by removing some stuff. Some stuff that I don't need anymore. Is enough? Yeah, looks good. Okay, I can place 2 more of these. I'm not entirely certain, but this was utterly pointless. Oh, drifting wood. That's exactly what I needed. Some more wood. So I can get this for... I can get 45 for 5 influence, and I don't need influence yet, so... Absolutely give me this. Didn't get their first perk, yeah, I already noticed. New perks at 15 happiness. That's this one. Leader trait. Leader trait. Leader trait. Okay, this is something down here. I'm not familiar with this. Everyone has a suggestion? Yeah. Interesting. I can get 1 more loyalty point for one of the social groups or get 20 influence. I just said I don't need influence, but don't need to favor one of these, I guess. Oh wait, I already researched this demolition ops. Just give me this. Yeah, everyone will be hurt. Don't know if this makes any difference here. It does not have an outcome. Mysterious building. That is the quest of this map. And there's actually some fish over here. Wait, isn't there a fishing boat? Fishing boat. Yeah, nice. I can now build one of these fishing huts, and they interfere with each other. So these crane-like buildings. Much like the polluter with the houses, these need to be clear of each other. So let me place this fishing structure, I don't know, maybe here. Not sure why it says 75% clearance. Okay, they're building this, and everyone can be fishing. So let's have one of the workers because they can carry more stuff. And then we have to wait a moment to collect some resources. And I also... How much are we producing? 3 food. So they work for how long? 16 hours at least. 17 hours actually. So you can do this 4 times to produce 12 food. That's exactly the amount that I need. And I forgot that I unlocked this demolition hut. So let's build this one. And only workers can be in this building. So I need to find 2 workers. Do I have 2 workers here? Okay. If engineers in this building have workers here, and then they can start removing all these rubble structures that are basically in my way. You can blow them up with the explosive barrels, but you can also collect them, which doesn't cost you any fuel then. However, I have to mark the resource to be collected. I'm not entirely certain. Some of them are blue, which is the lowest priority. Some of them are yellow. I don't really know why. This one isn't marked at all. But I think this one should be the highest priority, so that doesn't fall over once the lowest are collected. Cannot collect this, but I think there's the required research wood from walls, which is gathering wood from walls, which is this one. And then you can remove some of these remnant structures here. Same for these railings apparently. But this one needs also to be removed, but it seems to be too high, so I need some stairs here. This should be accessible now. Okay, day 4 is about to end, and on day 5 we will have low tide again, but midday. And then we can collect some resources that are down here again. Water is going to be 4 meters lower and then raise 4 meters again, so gives me some time to collect more resources down here, I guess. Let's see, research was finished. What else do I need? I can burn junk. I can use electricity to make water. Water is currently stable though. Probably need more food, but I got the fishing boat now, so that's good. I can build a fishing boat. I have 2 of my sailors operate these, and then they should collect fish from these fishing spots. There's more fishing spots here actually. So I guess I can move the docks. Maybe I can move the docks out of my way. Yeah, okay, I can move the docks here. Maybe move this fishing hut here, and then I can move the docks over here. And I'm not entirely certain, but I think this should work. But this probably doesn't. So let me get some more of these wooden paths and another ladder here. I don't need this ladder anymore. Let's see if this actually works. Because now this structure should be collecting 5 instead of 3 food. Yeah, it is producing more food now. And I also noticed that they have to walk all the way over to this side, so I can use the move function to get this food storage closer to the fishing hut, which makes a lot of sense to me. This is the fishing boat. Whereabouts? And it's fishing, okay. And the other thingy... Where's the other boat? Oh, there it is, okay. Probably better to have this boat collect the floating resources, because they are going to go away, while these resources, they will be staying here. Okay, I need another research. I don't really need this warehouse. Mushroom farm. I don't have enough wood to research those. But I guess I want to start researching the medium houses, because they have a higher comfort level. They have comfort 1, the normal houses have comfort 0. And these tier 2 houses have comfort 2. But I do need more wood, of course. Okay, so this has no pathway there. Can probably be fixed once this wall is removed, I guess. Wait, what are you doing? Kind of confusing. So the water level went down, and now I can collect stuff down here. There's actually some resources over here. Oh, that's rubble. There's some resources here that the normal workers can collect if I give them access. Yeah, normal idle workers can collect these resources now. Okay, I'm getting food, I'm getting water, so we are stable for now. I need more wood to finish this research though. And this guy's in an area where he gets flooded once the water rises again. Got 3 idle engineers. I could run another one of these demolition hubs, I guess at least. Yeah, I don't really need workers for anything. Just can't build it because I don't have enough wood. You shouldn't be idling here. Medium houses were finished, okay. Not going to research tier 2 houses for now. There's decorations. I'm researching decorations. They are very good to increase the house's comfort. And decorating. Not windows though, that's different research. But somehow give me one of more of these demolition hubs. And then I'm going to have 1 worker, 2 workers being replaced by engineers, and the workers can work here. I'm going to increase down here. I'm confused. Oh, this was already removed. Increase priority down here so I can collect resources while I can select. Okay, this is actually a problem now. This is going to fall in a few hours. Don't want this though, so I can stabilize it with one of these support blocks. Not ideal though, but doesn't matter. Okay, day number 5 just ended, and day number 6 just started. However, I'm going to end this episode for now. If you enjoyed it, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, complain about me in the comment section.